What is going on, everybody? I'm Rob Westerman of GBP Daily, and welcome to Rob's Table Talk. I'm here like I am every day, talking to you guys about some Packers football. Thanks for joining me, and let's get to it. Training camp practice number 7 happened this morning inside the Don Hudson Center. There's a little rain up there in Green Bay. It wasn't too much crazy action going on. It was more of a walkthrough, above the head type of practice, as Coach likes to refer to them as. Aaron Rodgers had a couple nice things to say about a few guys after practice, though, by his locker for reporters. I'm going to read off these quotes here for you guys and then dive into the comment section because that's why we're all here, to chat some Packers. No other reason. First one, by 12 himself. He said, Rasul Douglas is one of the smartest guys I've ever played with. He reminds me, in the greatest respect, of Charles Woodson. Whoo! Man, those are some heavy words. Mitchell Paper in the chat says, get a haircut, bum. I've got a haircut tomorrow. So you just hold your horses there, MP. Let me repeat that one. Rasul Douglas is one of the smartest guys I've ever played with. He reminds me in the greatest respect of Charles Woodson. That's a pretty bold statement. I'm not sure if he's that guy yet, but he could get there. You never know. Charles Woodson came over in free agency. We signed Rasul off the streets. Both didn't start their career with us, so hopefully both will win a Super Bowl with us. Sporty fan joined. Hey, thanks for joining, man. I really appreciate it. Next quote, before we dive into the comment section here. Aaron Rodgers impressed with Romeo Doubs start to camp, like all of us are. He says, and I quote, every single day there's been at least one wow play from him. That's kind of rare for a young guy like that. Goes on to say, now, we've had some guys over the years to do that, but they're all in the top 10 in Packers receiving history. Now, I think we can all agree with Raj that Romeo Doubs will get in the top 10 of Packers history as far as receiving goes. So far, so good. If you were to ask me a couple weeks ago, before training camp started, whether it was going to be Romeo Doubs or Christian Watson impressing in training camp, I probably would have said C-Watt, but yeah, Romeo's off to a great start. So those are some great quotes from 12 to start the day. Let's dive into the comment section. Thank you guys for joining me. We had some interesting ones early on. Let me get to them here. Ryan, I'm doing good, man. How are you? It's good to see you. Thanks for hopping on. I appreciate it. I usually plan to go on in the mornings, but had a dentist appointment this morning, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. John Manganon. How's the special teams going? It's a great question. I got another great quote from Amari Rogers on Rich Bisaccia's job. So Jacob Olsen had my child. If I were a woman and I imagine you were a guy, that'd be possible. We are both guys, so I'm not sure that would be possible. Anyways, Rich Bisaccia, the vibe around training camp as far as I haven't been up there yet. I'll be up there Friday. Kind of see it firsthand. But it seems like the special teams is kind of taking on a whole new vibe. Sup, dude? Dustin Fry. Appreciate you hopping on. But back to your question, John. I'm sidetracking here. Amari Rodgers on Rich Bisaccia chewing him out. I love getting coached. If you're not getting nothing said to you, that means you're doing something wrong. That means he wants to see me do well. So whenever he yells at me, I know it's all love at the end of the day. It could be all love. It could be that he's doing something wrong, and it could be that he needs to get better. All three of those things can be true, and I hope he is getting better. I know he muffed a punt yesterday, but I also know that coach came on during his presser today to talk about the jugs machine and saying how it wasn't working during the punt session and that those balls were nearly impossible to catch. So, Jacob, you hear me with those balls impossible to catch? Okay, just making sure. So, it wasn't only him that was struggling back there. So, hopefully we'll hear some good news from Mari as far as training camp goes, and hopefully he's improving. And yeah, but special teams, hard to really tell at this point. I also haven't been there in person. Beat writers who are there, they talk about special teams every once in a while, but it's not a, prime hitting topic like Romeo Doubs or Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love, who had a great day of practice yesterday. About an hour after I was talking about him throwing a pick in the 2-minute drill yesterday morning. So good for him on coming back out and redeeming himself. But all right, we got another one here. Jonathan, my God, just did my Dynasty rookie draft. Dobbs was picked 2 picks before me. I was not happy to say the least. Nick 2 Sampson, A-Rod the GOAT. Yes, he is. Romeo Dobbs picked 2 picks before you. Don't sweat it. We've had a lot of training camp heroes, and I'm rooting for Romeo. I hope he does really, really well. Don't get me wrong. But if you had asked me today whether Romeo Doubs or Christian Watson are going to have more total yards this next season, total yards, not just receiving, I don't know. I might have to go Christian Watson. I feel like he's going to be featured a little more. But I may be wrong. So we will see. Brownell Isaac. Hey, thanks for coming back, man. I saw you yesterday. Appreciate you. Question to follow up my little segment or little statement there. Do you think Romeo will outperform Watson in year 1? Whew. I think Romeo will have more receiving yards than Christian, but I think Christian will have more touchdowns than Romeo, mainly because I feel like he's going to be featured more than just the passing game, whether it's the return game or jet sweep game, backfield game, all that kind of stuff. So sorry to kind of sideswipe your question, Isaac, but Romeo more receiving yards, Christian more touchdowns. That's where I'm at. Did you watch Rodgers' interview with Aubrey? Watched it at work, 2.5 hours long. So you're kind of putting yourself out there, Jonathan. You watched a 2.5 hour interview at work. And I know you can't really multitask, so therefore you weren't working for 2.5 hours. I hope your employer is not watching this. I did not watch the interview. It was too long, and I got stuff to do. I got work to get done, things to do, people to see. But I do plan on listening to it tomorrow. It seems like a very eye-opening and heartfelt podcast episode or YouTube episode or all that stuff. So, Nick Sampson, you hyped for the new Madden. I have not bought a Madden since 2019. The game was just too easy for me. I played my buddy Mitchell. He's my brother basically. And I played him 6-7 times, smoked him every time. And every time I hop on live, I'm also playing on, is it rookie? Is that what it is? Or the easiest level? Anyways, I'm not going to buy the new Madden. I always hear it's the same thing every year, this and that. Yeah. I used to play video games when I was a little younger. I just don't have time for it right now. So, MP, anything you hope to see at camp this week? So yeah, I'm gonna head up Friday for the family night. Staying there till Monday. Where I'm at, about 5 hours away. So I'm gonna do the 5 hour drive Friday morning with my wife and daughter. Stay there Saturday. No practice, of course, and then Sunday morning practice, Monday morning practice. Head home Monday. Come back up to Green Bay in 2 weeks for the Saints preseason game, and then a autograph signing with Cobby and a couple other guys on Saturday. Something I'm excited to see this week at camp is the Dream Drive. Last 2 years they haven't done it. Last year, 2 years ago, they didn't do it at all because there was no training camp or preseason, if I remember correctly, during COVID. And then last year when I was there, which was quite a bit, they had the bike lanes, and then they had fences around the bike lanes. So the closest you could get was maybe 10, 15 feet to the actual lane. And they weren't riding kids' bikes. They were riding bikes provided by the Packers, which I get it. They're trying to keep the tradition going regardless of what's going on in the world, and that's cool, but it's just kind of weird. But this year, yeah, I'm excited to see the Dream Drive, all the fans lining up, players signing autographs, doing all that kind of stuff, and then just watching practice. I'm pumped. I'm hoping it doesn't rain on Saturday or on Sunday and Monday. There's a slight chance of rain, which, as most of you guys know, would move them inside the Don Hudson Center, which would be a bummer. But it is what it is. MP, thanks for the question, Big Dog. You're the man. Kenneth Corey, thanks for hopping on. Hope you're doing well. Who's going to have more rushing yards, Dillon or Jones? Oh, man. My instinct wants to say A.J. Dillon right off the bat, but I feel like Aaron Jones is one of those guys that people are forgetting about, Not me, of course, but as far as being a legit Devontae Adams production type of player, I know Devontae was the best receiver in the league. I say was because I don't think I think he's a maybe top 5 guy in the Raiders, but that Rodgers connection, the 20 targets a game he was getting, I don't think he's going to get over there in Las Vegas. So A.J. Dillon, more rushing yards. Aaron Jones, more overall yards. I kind of sideswiped both of these questions, but that's what I'm going with. What do we got? Isaac, becoming one of the OGs of Rob's Table Talk. I've kind of talked about it a little bit at the end of each show. If you're watching, you kind of you like chatting Packers and you want to stick around for the long haul, I'm going to be doing this every single day, Monday through Friday. And Monday through Friday, all year round. During the season is going to be lit because I just love talking Packers. And during the season, obviously, every single day there's something going on. Practice news, injury report news, opponent injury news, opponent news in general, our news in general. So those shows are going to be slam-packed with just chat. So right now I'm doing 15, 20 minutes. Come season time, might be 30 minutes. Who knows? Jonathan Robinson, how's your day going? My day is going pretty good, actually. Thanks for asking. Hope you're doing well. Had a pretty good day. Got some work done. Got a workout in. Had some good food for lunch and about to have some good food for dinner. Overall, a great day. Thanks, Jonathan, for asking. Jonathan, different Jonathan. I read it. If Jones has 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns, that will put him in the top 3 Packers all time. Yes, you are correct. I believe Packer history. That's where I saw it from, anyways. And yes, I also posted that stat on GBP Daily Instagram and Facebook, and some of the comments were saying they hope he doesn't rush that much because they need to, they want him to be more of a scat back type of deal. But I'm going to go scrimmage yards. Aaron Jones, like a crazy 1,500, 1,600 yards, maybe 500-600 yards receiving, 1,000, give or take, rushing yards, and just a crazy touchdown year with like 15. That's how important I think Aaron Jones is and how much he's going to be featured this year. Isaac, are you gonna go on any games this year, regular season? Um, yes, I am. I know you said regular season, but I'm gonna go to the Saints preseason game. I'm gonna go to the Patriots game on October 2nd, one day after my birthday, and then I'm either going to go to the Bears Sunday night game at home, week 2, or I'm thinking about going to the Vikings home game or the Rams home game late in the season because I have a chance to get, well, I have a chance I can get to indoor club seats for my wife and I. So as much as I love being outside in the cold, we're out there tailgating 2 hours. We go into the stadium 2 hours before kick, right when it opens. So that's 4 hours of being outside, which I don't mind at all. But then you have the game, which is another 3.5, 4 hours. By the time you get back to your car, it's probably another hour. So you're talking 7, 8 straight hours of you being outside in 10-degree temperature, 20-degree temperature, negative 10-degree temperature. It's fun if you're drinking, but my wife and I are going to go the indoor route this year if we do choose to go to a later game, which will be sweet. I've never done an indoor club seat. A friend of mine has told me he's got 2 available for a couple games, and I might take him up on that. So two regular season games, and then if they make the playoffs and there's an opportunity for a home game, then yep, plan on going to a home playoff game. Thanks, Isaac. What do we got? Gilbert, thanks for hopping on, man. Hope you're doing well. Christian, love the page. Do you think the offense will be as good or better than last year? I am expecting the running backs to lead offensively. Last year they were pretty damn good. The year before they were super good. It's hard to say they're going to be better than last year. They could be more balanced, and that could lead to longer drives, better efficiency in the red zone. So I'm not going to say they're going to be putting up a bunch of points or blowing people out, but they could be more balanced and could take some more time off the clock, running the ball a little bit more. Could be more efficient in the red zone, like I said. And the thing I'm worried about is, late in the game, we need a first down, whether we're down, whether we're up by 3, whether we're up by a score and we don't want to give the ball back. We need a first down to keep a drive going, to get a score if we're behind. And it's like 3rd and 12. They know we're passing. That's like the Rodgers Devontae special. Hey, give them a little head nod or a little something, and they get it done. But this year, I'm not sure at this point who that guy will be. You want to say Lazard will be that guy, but they'll know Lazard's the one, and I think he's going to have a great year, and he's a super good receiver. But Devontae was just Devontae, so it doesn't matter if they knew it was going to him; he would still make it happen. So that's what I'm worried about. Those 3rd and 13, you got to get a first down. Who you going to? Maybe Cobb. He's been that guy over the years. So I don't think it'll be better than last year. I think it'll be more balanced. Thanks, Christian. Nick Sampson. Do you know how long Watson will be down for that surgery he's supposed to get, if I'm reading that correctly? I have not heard any updates on Watson. I know Coach talked today saying the whole he's not here for timetable type stuff, that he is a few weeks out is what he said. So my hope is that he can get in at least one preseason game before the regular season starts, and at the very least, I hope he's ready for week 1. So that's where I'm at with that. C. Burhow, dude, where should I fly into for the Rams game? Where are you flying from? Not that it really matters. I'm just more curious than anything. But where should you fly into? Well, if you could, obviously fly into Green Bay, but I know it's a smaller airport. Might have some trouble getting flights. Probably Milwaukee. It's not too far from Green Bay. So that's what I would do. I guess like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I'd go record 33. Let's go, baby. 33 Fire. Try to fly to Green Bay, obviously. And if you can't, try Milwaukee. I'm sure there's more options there. Chicago, and then you got to drive. But thankfully for me, I'm only 5 hours from Green Bay. Family's from La Crosse, Wisconsin, which is 3.5. But I'm currently in Iowa, so I'm 5 hours from Green Bay. Let's see here. Coming from Utah. Whew, that is a ways, Seaberhow. I love the commitment. Love it. If you're going to the Rams game, hit me up. I might be going too. So, all right. Last question before I hop off here. It has been a fun and good 20 minutes, right where I want to be. Lurking. First off, thanks for hopping on. I appreciate it. Record this year, 13-4. That's just that's where I'm at. Let me pull up the schedule quick. 13-4 is where I'm at. Not sure if that'll do enough to give us a 1 seed, but I mean, at this point, I don't care what seed we have as long as we make the playoffs and our team is more balanced and special teams isn't ass. Then, yeah. Anyways, 13-4 with losses to. Gosh, I want to say the Buccaneers, but man, can we just beat them? Losses to the Dolphins on Christmas Day. A loss to the Bills. That's 2 losses. A loss to the Buccaneers. And a loss to the Vikings. Because I don't think we're going to go 6-0 in the division. 5-1's cool with me. That's where I'm at. 5-1 in the division, 13-4 overall, maybe the 2 seed, 1 seed maybe. I don't care what it is, as long as we're more balanced and can make a run. Your bones are too brittle to be outside, soft guy. My bones are not. My wife's bones are not, but I know she would prefer to probably be inside. And if that means I got to go to more Packer games, because she's on board with it, then happy wife, happy life. I'm just a good husband. So let me get that Nelson jersey on the wall there, buddy. Nick Sampson. I wish, man. Last little thing here before I hop off. Got that bad boy. Picture below is me and him signing it. Got that bad boy at the Jordy Nelson softball game probably 5-6 years ago. So it was a great story. So watch the softball game. We're row 1, right along the first base sideline, like parallel with the first base. Game's over. He's doing an interview basically on first base with the TV guy. Comes over to the guy next to me, signs his stuff, signs my jersey, signs my uncle's jersey and or helmet, signs about 10 more people's stuff, and then he hops off and leaves. And there was fans, packed from row 1 to row 5 or 6, just packed in there from the first base dugout all the way to the third base dugout, waiting for him to sign. And he came over, probably signed 10, 15 people's stuff, and then left. And thankfully, I was one of them. So that was an awesome moment. Last one here. I just want to wrap it up. Last one, I promise. SoCal Cheese says, what's up? Where do you live? I currently live in Northeast Iowa. Yep, Jonathan Beckman, you're right. I live in Iowa. And Iowa is primarily Vikings country with a few Bears fans sprinkled in. So, yeah, me and only one, maybe more, a couple more guys are Packers fans around here besides my entire family. My entire family is are Packers fans. They're from La Crosse, Wisconsin, and I was born into being a Packer fan. La Crosse is on the Mississippi and Wisconsin and Minnesota. It's on the border and on the Wisconsin side. So if they lived 3 miles to the west, my family would have been from Minnesota and probably Vikings fans. So I thank the good Lord every day that they planted 3 miles to the east more than they did. So, all right, that is going to do it. This was episode 3 of what will be an ongoing series. So if you're on here with me this early, you are, like I said earlier, ingraining yourself as one of the OGs of Rob's Table Talk. Name's not too serious, just something I want to throw up, give it a little name. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, where in a few weeks, that will be the only place I will be going live on each day. I'm just trying to get the kind of like a soft launch, people might call it. So just getting the word out there, and hopefully kind of will gravitate people to YouTube. It's a lot easier to read comments and pull them up on the screen and get everybody involved. Speaking of that, I want to apologize to those in the comment section on Facebook and YouTube. I'm just now seeing them because I am a rookie at looking at the screen. So anyways, link to my YouTube channel is in the description of the video. Links in my bio on Instagram to YouTube. And it's also on the website at gbpdaily.com. So thanks again for joining, and I will see you guys tomorrow.